Valentine's Day 2026 was supposed to be the victory lap for Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff, the gold standard of Hollywood romance. After their secret engagement at the Grammys, the world was obsessed. And, to be fair, the day started out like a dream. Nat had been the perfect fiancé. He'd surprised her with a quiet morning, a rescue puppy named Willow, and a vintage piano session that had Billie in tears of joy. By 8 p.m., they were tucked away in their Highland Park home, slow dancing to old records while the rest of the world fought for dinner reservations. It was perfect. Too perfect. But as the clock struck midnight, the atmosphere shifted. Nat's phone, usually a forgotten brick on the kitchen counter, started buzzing. Not once, not twice, but a rhythmic, persistent vibration that cut through the music. Billie. Who's blowing you up at midnight on V-Day, Nat? Is your brother having an emergency or something? Nat. Oh. Just work stuff, B. Actually, don't kill me, but I totally forgot. I have to drop off a hard drive for a producer. He's leaving for London in 2 hours. Billie. Right now? It's 12:15 a.m. You're leaving me right now to go to a studio? Nat was out the door in 3 minutes. He didn't even grab his coat. Billie stood by the window, watching the taillights of his car disappear down the canyon road. Something felt wrong. The work excuse was thin. Nat was a great actor, but he was a terrible liar. She sat on the sofa for 10 minutes, her mind spiraling. Every what-if started to take root. What if the engagement was a distraction? What if he was bored of the quiet life? Billie, whispering to herself, I'm not doing this. I'm not being that girl. But my gut is screaming at me. She grabbed her keys, threw on a dark hoodie, and slipped into her car. She didn't have a tracker on him. She'd never felt the need, but she knew Nat's favorite late-night spots. She drove toward a small, dimly lit bistro in Silver Lake, a place that was known for being a celebrity hideout because of its strict no-camera policy. As she pulled around the corner, her heart stopped. There was Nat's car, parked right out front. But he wasn't carrying a hard drive. He was walking toward the entrance of the restaurant. And a woman in a sleek, red dress was waiting for him at the door. Billie felt the air leave her lungs. The betrayal wasn't just a sting, it was a full-on collision. This was the man who had just promised her a forever under the redwood trees. She didn't think. She didn't call Phineas. She didn't wait for an explanation. She threw her car into park, probably clipping the curb, and stepped out into the cool night air. Billie. Nat. Are you for real right now? Nat froze. The woman in the red dress turned around, looking startled. Nat's face went from pale to ghostly white in 3 seconds. Nat. Billie? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be at home. Billie. Oh, I'm sure you'd love for me to be at home. I'm sure you'd love for me to be sitting there like a fool while you're out here with her on Valentine's Day. 2 weeks after you put a ring on my finger? Nat. Billie, wait. It's not what it looks like. Please let me explain. Billie. Explain what, Nat? The hard drive? The producer? You lied to my face. I gave you everything. I let you into my world, and you're just like the rest of them. She was crashing out. The years of keeping her emotions guarded, the pressure of the Grammys, the fear of being hurt, it all came pouring out in a torrent of anger. She didn't care who was watching. She didn't care if the paparazzi were hiding in the bushes. She felt humiliated. Billie, don't come back to the house. Don't call me. I'm done, Nat. I'm actually done. Billie turned to walk away, her vision blurred by tears of fury. But then, the woman in the red dress spoke. Woman. Billie. Please. I'm Sarah. I'm Nat's wedding planner. We weren't supposed to meet like this. Billie stopped in her tracks. She turned back slowly. Sarah. Nat called me tonight because the venue he wanted for the surprise summer wedding just became available. The owner is a regular here, and he's leaving for Europe tomorrow. Nat had to sign the papers and pay the deposit tonight, or we would have lost the date. He didn't want to tell you because he wanted the venue to be a surprise. The silence that followed was deafening. Billie looked at the woman. Then at Nat. Nat wasn't angry. He wasn't guilty. He just looked heartbroken that the surprise was ruined. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded piece of paper, a contract for a private estate in the mountains. Nat, I just wanted everything to be perfect for you, B. I knew if I told you I was meeting a wedding planner at midnight, you'd ask 1,000 questions. I handled it wrong. I'm so sorry. The crash out was over, replaced by a hollow, sinking feeling of regret. Billie realized that her own past scars, the times she'd been burned before, had blinded her to the truth of the man standing in front of her. She walked back to him, her shoulders slumped. Billie, whispering, I'm an idiot. Nat, I'm so sorry. I saw the dress and I saw you leaving and my brain just went to the darkest place possible. Nat, it's okay. I shouldn't have lied. But Billie, you have to trust that I'm in this. Completely. No matter how loud the world gets. They didn't go back to the party. They went home. Willow was waiting for them at the door, wagging her tail. The Valentine's Day that almost ended in a breakup ended with a deeper understanding of each other's fears. The world would later see the headlines about their upcoming summer wedding. But only Billie and Nat would know about the midnight crash out in Silver Lake that taught them that love isn't just about the roses. It's about the trust you build when the lights go out. Valentine's Day 2026. The engagement glow from the Grammys was still radiating off Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff. The world saw them as the ultimate power couple, stylish, authentic, deeply in love. And that morning, in their sprawling Laurel Canyon home, it felt true. Nat had orchestrated a perfect, understated Valentine's. They shared breakfast overlooking the canyon, wrote silly songs on his old acoustic guitar, and even spent an hour volunteering at a local dog shelter. It was everything Billie valued. Genuine connection, quiet moments, and a shared purpose. Billie, it wasn't cheesy. It wasn't forced. It just felt right. Like this is what forever is supposed to feel like. Calm and real. Nat. She hates all the V-Day fanfare, so I just tried to make it about us. No pressure. Just being. As evening approached, Nat led Billie to their backyard, transformed into a cozy outdoor cinema. A vintage projector cast their favorite old movie onto a screen under the stars. Fairy lights twinkled, a fire pit crackled, and a warm, loving silence settled between them. They were perfect, unbreakable. Then, Nat's phone buzzed. Nat glanced at his phone, his smile faltering for a split second. Billie caught it. It was too quick for anyone else to notice, but Billie knew Nat's tells. Nat. Hey, just got a text. Phineas. Says he needs help with the track tonight. Super urgent. Billie. Phineas? At this hour? On Valentine's Day? Why wouldn't he just call? Nat. Yeah, well, you know. Phineas. He gets obsessed. Look, I'll be back in an hour, tops. Just gotta lay down a quick vocal for him.